Hello and welcome to this tutorial. As you may know from the title, this tutorial will focus on explaining the wide array of IB terminology you get to know during your learning process at the ISG. This video specifically will discuss the global context, key concepts, related concepts, conceptual understanding, statement of inquiry, inquiry questions, ATL skills, and IB learner profiles. It will also briefly discuss academic honesty at the ISG. If this is the first time you're watching an ISG Tutorials tutorial, here's a quick overview of what we do. ISG Tutorials has a team of 3 students who have been studying at the ISG for the past 4 years. We understand that it is difficult adapting to a new school system and school in general, but we aim to make that transition easier. With in-depth tutorials and a website, you can learn how to complete numerous assignments at the ISG. Before I start this video, I will be using the word inquiry a couple of times throughout this video. For those who do not understand what inquiry is, it is basically the act of asking for information. But without further ado, let's get started. Global contexts. One of the main aspects of the IB that is emphasized throughout the MIP is the global context. The goal of the global context is to provide a context for inquiry and research within a project. In total, there are 6 global contexts, including identities and relationships, orientation in space and time, personal and cultural expression, scientific and technical innovation, globalization and sustainability, and fairness and development. But what exactly does each global context mean? Well, identities and relationships explores identity, beliefs, values, relationships, and the forms of help. Orientation in space and time explores where we are in place and time. Personal and cultural expression explores how we express ourselves. Scientific and technical innovation explores how the world works, including an inquiry into the natural world and its laws. Globalization and sustainability explores how we organize ourselves, an inquiry into the interconnectedness of human-made systems and communities, and fairness development explores how we share our planet. In other words, how we share the limited resources on Earth with other people and other living things. An example of a project with globalization and sustainability as a global context would be a project that involves campaigning to raise awareness about plastic straw waste. Key and related concepts. As you may know, the MIP curriculum heavily focuses on not only teaching students about a specific subject, but also helps students understand the larger ideas or concepts, the key concepts in other words. A more concrete definition, key concepts are the most important and big ideas that are both relevant within and across subjects. An example of a key concept would be connections, which refers to the links and relationships among people, objects, organisms, or ideas. Then there are related concepts. Related concepts are more subject specific. They explore the key concepts in greater detail. Research and inquiry into the related concepts help students gain a better and more detailed conceptual understanding. Now this is a difficult term, but it basically means knowing more about a subject than just straight facts or methods. For example, solving a mathematical question using knowledge you were taught in earlier years instead of being given a formula. Inquiry questions and the statement of inquiry. The statement of inquiry is the guiding question in a project. Everything in the project has to do with the statement. The statement describes what exactly students will explore in the project and represents the big idea. From this statement of inquiry, various inquiry questions are drawn. There are 3 types of inquiry questions: factual questions, conceptual questions, and debatable questions. Factual questions refer to questions that have a specific answer, such as, what is an atom? Conceptual questions refer to questions with multiple possible answers, such as, how has our understanding of the atom changed the world? Debatable questions are the trickiest of the bunch. They refer to questions that add judgment to the questions. In our example of atoms, it would be, what is the most important change that has arisen from our understanding of the atom? ATL skills. ATL skills, ATL being the abbreviation or shortened version for approaches to learning, are skills that enable students to learn how to learn. They help students prepare how to learn independently and with others. ATL skills are divided into 5 skills: thinking, social, communication, self-management, and research. These 5 skills are then subdivided into more skills. For example, communication skills are divided into interactive skills and language skills. The IB Learner Profile. The IB Learner Profile represents 10 attributes of students that are valued at any IB school, especially at the ISG. Learners are valued when they are inquirers, knowledgeable, thinkers, communicators, principled, open-minded, caring, risk-takers, balanced, and reflective. For example, the IB Learner Profile attribute open-minded refers that students can consider the perspectives and opinions of others. Because there are too many to discuss, feel free to pause the video and check the descriptions of the other IB Learner Profile attributes. Academic honesty. Finally, we have reached the part where we discuss academic honesty. Basically, being academically honest means that you are doing your own work and not copying that of others. It also means that if you use words of another person or source, you document that source. In later years, you'll be taught how to cite your sources with MLA. However, it is often okay just to list the URL of your source in earlier MIP years. I am specifically referring to MIP 1 or 2. Just remember to check with your teacher before you hand in your work though. Now, before I end this tutorial, keep in mind there are way more aspects to the IB, and that I have only summed up and highlighted just the main ones. As a recap of this tutorial, we discussed the global context, key concepts, related concepts, conceptual understanding, statement of inquiry, inquiry questions, ATL skills, the IB learner profile, and briefly discussed the academic honesty. Yeah, that's a lot. I hope you found this video informative and want to start watching the other tutorials we have posted. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this tutorial, fill in our form on the website, and give us some feedback on how we can improve, as we are also here to improve.